Hello everyone, welcome to the fourth lecture of polynomials. Today we will be studying about the factorization. So what do we mean by factorization? So let's take an example. I'll take a simple number 24. What are the factors of 24? 2 into 3 into 2 into 2, right, into 1. So these are the factors of 24, right? I have made their prime factors. You can also write them as 4 into 3 into 2, or you can write down as 4 into 6, or you can write 8 into 3, or you can write down as 2 into 12, right? So these are the factors of the 24. Similarly, if I write down 12, what will be its prime factors? 2 into 2 into 3. These are the prime factors of 12. So factors of the number, it is very easy to find, right? But what to do when we are asked to factorize the polynomial? So to factorize the polynomial, right, we have three different things. First method we have to factorize the polynomial, it is called as a factor theorem. What is a factor theorem? So factor theorem, it is a method, right, to check whether the polynomial is a factor of another polynomial, right? So the factor theorem, it is just a method. It will help you to check whether one polynomial is a factor of another or not. I'll write down in detail what does this factor theorem states, right? And then we'll see with the help of the example. So factor theorem, it states that if p of x is a polynomial, what kind of polynomial? Polynomials can be either linear, it can be either quadratic, or it can be cubic, right? So if p of x is a polynomial, then x plus a is a factor if p of minus a is equals to 0. Or other way, right, there is one more contradictory statement for this, or another statement for the factor theorem. What does that statement says? P of x is a polynomial, right? It can be any linear, quadratic, or cubic. Then x minus a is a factor if p of a is equals to 0. So this theorem will help us to check whether the one of the polynomial is factor of the another. Let me give me a small example to explain this. Then we have two more things regarding the factorization. So the best example we take is examine whether x plus 2 is a factor of x cube plus 3x square plus 5x plus 6, right? So how will I examine? Just I will use the factor theorem. See, examine, check. I said that factor theorem is to check whether the polynomial, whether the one polynomial is a factor of another polynomial. So here also the same thing. This is one of the polynomial and this is another polynomial, and we are asked to check whether this polynomial is a factor of this or not. So let us use the factor theorem. So if we use, right, this is the polynomial, this one polynomial, one of the polynomial, the small polynomial, we equate with 0. So we find x equal to minus 2. See here, x plus a is a factor if p of minus a. So p of minus 2. So let us say this polynomial I represent with p of x. So x plus 2 will be a factor if p of minus 2 I get it as 0. Let me check whether I get 0 or not. So 3 into minus 2 square plus 5 into minus 2 plus 6. So minus 8 plus 12 minus 10 plus 6. This will be plus 4 minus 10 plus 6. 10 minus 10 equal to 0. I got the 0. So I can write down my answer as yes, x plus 2 is a factor of p of x, right? So what is the use of factor theorem? It is just used to check whether the one of the polynomial is factor of another polynomial, right? Then to find out the factors, how actually we find out the factors of polynomial? To find out the factors of polynomial, second method we have, which is called as heat and trial method. Heat and trial method. And the third method we have, which is called as a splitting method. Splitting method is most comfortable with the quadratic equations, with the quadratic polynomials. I hope you remember what is quadratic polynomial, what is cubic polynomial, right? If the highest degree is 3, this is the quadratic polynomial. Highest degree is 1. So what do you call this? Linear polynomial. So let us now use heat and trial method. What is heat and trial method? So let us take an example to understand the heat and trial method, right? Hello. So the question is x square plus 3x plus 2. X square plus 3x plus 2. Factorize. I have to factorize this. No, nothing it is specified what to use, how to do. We'll use heat and trial method and then I will show you splitting method. But out of these three things, this is just to check, and these are the two methods to factorize. And out of these two also, this splitting method is best. And sometimes this long division is also used to find out the factorization. I'll write down here splitting method, and then the fourth method we have a long division method also we use to find out the factors. Sometimes it is combination of these two also, or combination of 2 and 4. Somehow we have to find out the factors. So for the heat and trial method, let us see the example. So the question is x square plus 3x plus 2. Factorize. How will you factorize? So let me show you what is heat and trial method. Now here I don't know what are the factors, so I will start my heat and trial method. I will assume that first let x be equal to minus 1. So if I put x equal to minus 1 in my polynomial, right, in my this given polynomial, do I get 0? If I get 0, then x plus 1 is a factor. That is factor theorem, right? So let me put minus 1 square plus 3 into minus 1 plus 2. What I get? Minus 3 plus 2. 3 minus 3 is 0. Oh, I got 0. Yes. So what does it mean? It means that x plus 1, if you shift minus 1 left hand side, so x plus 1 is a factor of p of x, the polynomial, right? So since it is a quadratic, right, power 2 means quadratic. Quadratic means it will have two factors, compulsory two factors. If you recollect the exercise or zeros of polynomial, so if the power is 2, we have 2 zeros. If the power is 3, then we have 3 zeros, right? What do we mean by zeros? In advanced terms, zeros are nothing but factors. So here we got one factor. Now again we'll have to find out the another factor, right? Now I'll try with x equal to 1. So if I put x equal to 1, what will I get? P of 1 will be 1 cube plus 3 into 1 plus 2. So 1 plus 3 plus 2, 6. Oh, I did not get 0. So I can write down that x minus 1 is not a factor of p of x, right? Then so if I take x equal to 2, so p of 2 will be, actually this is square, so it will be 2 square plus 3 into 2 plus 2, 4 plus 6 plus 2, 10 plus 2, 12. Oh, I did not get 0. So what will I write down? X minus 2 is not a factor of p of x. Then let us continue with x equal to minus 2. So p of minus 2, if I find down, minus 2 square plus 3 into minus 2 plus 2, this will give me 4 minus 6 plus 2. Yes, I got 0. So what can I write down? X plus 2 is a factor of p of x, and as I said that quadratic means you have only two factors. So with this heat and trial method we have found out two factors of p of x. Is it easy? It is easy, but it is heat and trial method. You have first assume x equal to minus 1, then 1, then 2, then minus 2, and so on. How much you will keep on doing? So this heat and trial method, it is a very lengthy method, not very intelligent, not very brilliant, or not very smart method, but this is also one of the methods. Sometimes we need to use it, right? When to use this method? Heat and trial method is used when this last constant term, is small. See here, this constant term is 2 or 3 or maximum 4 or 5, right? Only that time we use of the heat and trial method, used when constant term is small. This last term, right, constant term, when it is small. See here 2, so this was convenient, but if it is 20, it is 50, that time heat and trial method don't work. That time only splitting method or long division method will be helpful. So let us start with, so that was the heat and trial method, right? Now the same question we can use using the splitting method. So what is a splitting method? First let me show you that. So splitting method, so if for splitting method, to understand the splitting method, you should first know that the polynomial, right, quadratic polynomial, its standard format. What is the standard format of quadratic polynomial? Ax square plus bx plus c. This is the standard format, general format. Any number, any such quadratic polynomials you can write in this form. In this standard format, this is called as first term, this is called as a second term, or it is most commonly called as middle term, and this is called as a last term, or it is also called as a constant term. Here I have used the word constant term, so this constant term. So now let us understand what is splitting method. So splitting method I will show you in steps. What is the first step? First step is multiply AC. This A and C you multiply. Second one, find factors of AC. So its factors we have to find out, like these factors we have to find out. Then in the third step, arrange factors of AC to obtain middle term. And then fourth one, arrange polynomial with factors obtained in third step. And fifth one, then find common factors and hence factorize. So these are the 5 different steps involved in the splitting method. So let me show you this sum with the help of a splitting method, right? So let us use a splitting method, right? The question is, third question number 3 I will take, that factorize p of x equal to x square plus 3x plus 2, right? So same question I have. Here I used heat and trial method, but now here I will use this splitting method, right? So let us start. So what is the first step? X square plus 3x plus 2, right? If I write here general equation, this general standard format, or you can say it is a general equation, right? So now let me start with the steps. First step, multiply AC. So step number 1, multiply AC. So what is A here? Nothing is written, so that is 1. And what is C? 2. So I got AC. Then what is the next step? Find factors of AC. So here it is 2. What are the factors of 2? 2 into 1. Only one possibility we have. Arrange the factors of AC to obtain the middle term. So now these two must be arranged to obtain the middle term. So how will you arrange 2 and 1 to get 3? Simple. 2 plus 1 will be 3. Here one more sentence to be added. Arrange the factors of AC, right, such a way that their addition or subtraction gives middle term, right? So I have arranged 2 and 1 and their addition is going to give me the middle term. Middle term also has a x, so I will add x here, x. Then the fourth step, arrange polynomial with the factors obtained in 3. So let us rearrange the polynomial x square. Now instead of this 3x I will use this. So plus 2x plus 1x and then the last term. Now fifth step, find common factors, hence factorize. So now here let me find out what will be the common. I will make pair of 2. I will make pairs of 2. Now from this pair what is common? X. Remaining is x and here remaining will be 2. What is common from both? Nothing is common, so I can just take out plus 1. So remaining will be x plus 2. Now again if I see this, right, from both these terms x plus 2 can be taken out common. Remaining will be x and here remaining will be 1. So see, I got the factors. Easy. As compared to the such a long hit and trial method, splitting method is short and simple. As you practice these steps, 1, 2, 3 steps you can ignore. These are the learning steps. Once you have a grip on the factorization, you can ignore these 3 steps, right? Hello. Let us take another example to understand the hit and trial method. So question number 4, 6x square plus 17x plus 5. Question is factorize. Again here they have not specified which method to use hit and trial method, splitting method, long division we will introduce. Wait. So what to do? See here the last term, constant term, right, that is small, 5, it is very small. So we can start with the hit and trial method also, but I don't like, you also don't prefer the hit and trial method, will better understand splitting method, because this is the ultimate method to factorize quadratic equations, quadratic polynomials. Quadratic polynomials means power 2. Such type of the polynomials, they are easily factorized using the splitting method. So let us start using the splitting method here. What is the step 1? See here, step 1 is multiply AC. So if you write down here standard format or standard equation, what is A? 6. What is C? 5. So it will be 30. In the step 2 we have to find factors of 30. So what are the factors of 30? Right, so factors will be 2 into 15, 6 into 5, right, or you can say 30 into 1. Right, so I have found out the factors. Arrange the factors such a way that their addition or subtraction gives the middle term. So I have to select one of the combination so that I will get the middle term. Which combination is going to give me the middle term? Whose addition or subtraction is going to give me the middle term? 30 plus 1, it is 31. 6 plus 5, it is 11. 2 plus 15, 17. Oh yes. So this term, arrangement of 2 and 15 will give me this middle term. So let me write down the third step, right? 2 and 15. 2 and 15. its addition will give me 17 or subtraction? Obviously addition. So plus 2 and plus 15, we have a x also, so I'll just replace x. And in the fourth step, rearrangement, right? See here, arrange the polynomial with the factors obtained in 3. So let us rearrange. So 6x square, then 2x plus 15x plus 5. This 15 if you write here, 2 if you write later, that doesn't make any difference. This order you can change, no problem. So now again making the pair of 2, right? What will be the common from this pair? 2x. So here remaining will be 3x plus 1. From this pair what will be the common? 5. So remaining will be 3x plus 1, right? Again from this and this you can take out 3x plus 1 common. Remaining will be, here remains 2 and here remains 5. So these are the factors. Simple? Yes. Splitting method is very simple. Let us see some more sums based on the splitting method. Next, question number 5. X square minus 17x minus 84. Now here don't ever dare to use hit and trial method. See the last term, it is very big number, so don't dare to use hit and trial. Best is splitting method. You see quadratic symbol, so let us use the splitting method. General equation or standard equation, ax square plus bx plus c. So step 1, multiply a and c. We don't have anything with the x square, so we can write down 1. And what is c? Minus 84, right? Now see here, this is something different. We got minus 84. In the step 2, find factors of AC, right? So what are the factors of 84? So I can write down as 2 into 2 3s are 6, 6 7s are 42. Then I can write down 2 into 2 4, 4 and 7 3s are 21. Then I can write down 2 2s are 4, 4 2 4 3s are 12 into 7. So this is it. Out of this, whose addition or subtraction is going to give me the middle term? Find out. So middle term is minus 17. Please keep this in mind. We have minus sign here. So how will I get minus 17? So you can clearly see that if I subtract these numbers, I will get minus 17. So let me start. Let me start the rearrangement. 21 and 4. I have to carry out subtraction. That means one should be positive and one should be negative. Which one will have a positive sign and which one will have a negative sign? Here the number has negative sign, so bigger number will have a negative sign and the smaller number will have a positive sign. Please see once again, we have minus 17 here, right? So 21 and 4 we have to subtract, right? So for doing subtraction, one should be positive, other should be negative. Which one will have a negative sign? Here we have a negative sign, right? So bigger number will have a negative sign. Here we have x also, just simply add x. Now rearrangement, fourth step, right? So if we rearrange x square minus 21x, instead of minus 17 I write down this, plus 4x minus 84. Now make the group of 2. Take out common. What can be taken common? X can be taken common here, so x minus 21, plus from these two 4 can be taken common, so x minus 21. Again from these both, right? From these both you can take out x minus 21 common. What remains? X plus 4. So these are the factors of p of x, right? So splitting method is very easy. Now we'll look at the combination of splitting method and a long division method. So I'll take a complicated or lengthier question. Next we'll take one complex cubic equation to factorize. In cubic equations it will be a combination of splitting method as well as a long division method. So let us take this question. Question is x cube minus 23x square plus 142x minus 120, right? So it is a cubic equation. You cannot use splitting method. Only one option, heat and trial method. But in case of heat and trial method, I said if the constant term is big enough, don't dare to use. But when you see cubic equations, there is no other option but to use heat and trial method. So again we will start with x equal to 1, x equal to minus 1 and so on. So let me first take x equal to 1, x equal to minus 1 I will take. This is p of x. So what will be p of minus 1? Minus 1 cube, 23 into minus 1 square plus 142 into minus 1 minus 120. Simplify. Minus 1, this will be minus 23 plus 142 into minus 1. So that will give me minus 142 and minus 120. All are negative numbers. So obviously this is not going to give me 0. Let us start with x equal to 1. So if I take x equal to 1, right, what will be the p of 1? P of 1 will be 1 cube minus 23 into 1 square plus 142 into 1 minus 120. So 1 minus 23 plus 142 minus 120. Add all positive numbers and add all negative numbers. Yes, I got 0. So what can I say? I can say that x minus 1 is a factor of p of x, right? So I got one factor. As I said, when the power is 3, you will have 3 factors. Power was 2, so only 2 factors, right? So if you have power 3, then there will be 3 factors. So one factor I got. How will you find other 2 factors? Now we will introduce long division method. We'll discontinue with the heat and trial method. Heat and trial method will go on and go on and go on. If you see 120, what are its factors? So many. So it will be too much to try with all the numbers. So better now we introduce long division method. So using long division, right, x minus 1 divided by x cube minus 23x square plus 142x minus 120. So what will you multiply with the x to make x cube? X square. So it becomes x cube minus 1 into x square is minus x square. Change the sign. This will become 0 and this will give minus 22x square plus 142x minus 120. What will you multiply with the x to get minus 22x square? Minus 22x. So minus 22x square minus 1, if you multiply with this, plus 22x plus minus, right, if you subtract you will get 120x minus 120. What will you multiply with the x? Yes, 120. So 120x minus 1 into 120 is minus 120. So 0. So now you can write down as p of x equal to x minus 1 into x square minus 22x plus 120. Is factorization over? No. Still we have a quadratic polynomial here. So this has to be further factorized using splitting method. So let us start with splitting method for this part. So x square minus 22x plus 120. Step 1, a into c. So a into c, a is nothing but here 1. So 1 into 120 is 120. Second one, factors of 120. So be patient to find out, don't hurry, otherwise your answer will become wrong. So 2 into 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12, 12 5s are 60. So 2 into 60, or you can write down as 4 into 3 2s are 6, 6 5s are 30, or 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 into 15, right? Or you can write down 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 3s are 24 into 5. So these are the possible combinations. So arrange the factors such a way that their addition or subtraction gives middle term. So whose addition or subtraction is going to give you the middle term? If you are not blind, then you can see these. 8 and 15, its addition will give you its addition will give you 22. For minus sign we will do arrangement. So step 3, 8 and 15, since we have to add and we want minus sign, so both the numbers will have a minus sign. X also we have, so x and x. Step number 4, right? So x square, instead of minus 22 we will write down these numbers, minus 8x minus 15x plus 120. So again making the pair of 2, right? Here what will be the common? X, so x minus 8. Here what will be common? Minus 15, x minus 8, right? Minus 15, if you take out common, here remains x, and from here if the 15 goes, remains 8, and since minus sign is common, plus will get converted into minus. Again from both these pairs we can take out x minus 8 common, remaining is x, and here it is 15. So this is the factors. So now finally we can write down p of x as x minus 1, x minus 8, x minus 15. These are the 3 different factors for p of x. So whenever you see cubic equation, start with the hit and trial method, minus 1 plus 1 minus 2 plus 2. Then as soon as you find one of the factor, use long division method to find out the quadratic polynomial. For this quadratic polynomial you use hit and trial method. Finally you have the 3 factors. Easy, it is easy but lengthier. Now let us see questions from the exercise. So from the exercise number 2.4, first question we have is, determine which of the following polynomial has x plus 1 as a factor. Which polynomial has factor x plus 1? So I'll take 1, that is x to the x cube minus x square minus 2 plus root 2x plus root 2. So how to find out? So in order to check whether the one of the polynomial is factor of another, what we use? We use factor theorem. So using factor theorem, right? X plus 1 equal to 0, x will be equal to minus 1. So let us put p of minus 1. Let us say that this is the p of x, right? So if you put p of minus 1, this will be minus 1 cube minus of minus 1 square, then minus sign, then 2 plus root 2, this is minus 1 and plus root 2. Simplify, this will be minus 1, this will be 1, minus 1, this will be minus 2 plus root 2, and this minus will become plus root 2. So minus 2, open the brackets, plus root 2. So this is 0 plus root 2 and plus root 2, so that is 2 root 2, not equal to 0. Hence x plus 1 is not a factor of p of x, right? Absolutely right. So next one, question number 2 we have, right? What does the question says? Determine whether g of x is a factor of p of x. So this is one polynomial, this is another polynomial. So we have been given that p of x is x cube minus 4x square plus x plus 6, right? And g of x is given as x minus 3. So let us start. How to check? To check whether one polynomial is factor of another, what we use? We use factor theorem. So using factor theorem, If you use factor theorem, x minus 3 equal to 0, x equal to 3. So let us put p of 3, right? This is the p of x. So 3 cube minus 4 into 3 square plus 3 plus 6, 27. 3 square is 9, 36 plus 3 plus 6, 6 plus 3, 9, 9 plus 27, 36, minus 36, 0. So hence, yes, x minus 3 is a factor of p of x, right? Yes. Then next question is factorize. Question number 4, what do they say? Factorize. How to factorize? You can use hit and trial method, you can use splitting method, but I suggest use splitting method. So I'll show you one question. 3x square minus x minus 4. So write as per the steps, right? Multiply AC. So 4 into 3 is 12. In second step, find the factors of 12. What are the factors, right? So you can write down 2 into 6, or you can write down 4 into 3. Third one, arrange the factors such a way that their addition or subtraction will give me the middle term. So which terms will give me minus 1? Here we have minus 1, so 4 and 3, right? Their subtraction means one should be positive, another should be negative. Since here we have a minus sign, we'll keep minus sign with the bigger number. So this will be arranged as minus 4x and plus 3x. So 3x square, instead of minus x, we write down minus 4x plus 3x minus 4. Make the pair of 2. So from here x will be common. So 3x minus 4, and from here nothing is common. So just take out plus 1 common. Again from these two terms, 3x minus 4 will be common. Here remaining is x, here remaining is plus 1. So these are the factors of 3x square minus x minus 4. Next question, factorize. Now we have a cubic equation. In the question number 5, you have a cubic equation. So as I said, as soon as you see cubic equations, don't get afraid, right? Cubic equations will be little lengthier. So the equation is x cube plus 13x square plus 32x plus 20, right? Let us say this is p of x. So as I said, what do we use in cubic method? In cubic method, we start with hit and trial method, and then we use splitting method, then we use long division, and then we use splitting method. So this is the steps to use in the cubic equation. So let us start with our hit and trial method. So let me say, if I take x equal to 1, so what will be p of 1? 1 cube plus 13 into 1 square plus 32 into 1 plus 20. All are positive numbers, so obviously this will not give me 0. Let me take x equal to minus 1. So p of minus 1 will be minus 1 cube 13 into minus 1 square plus 32 into minus 1 plus 20. This will be minus 1, this will be plus 13, minus 32, plus 20. Add all the positive, add all the negative. So minus 33, and here it will be plus 33. Yes, I got 0. So what can I say? That x plus 1 is a factor of p of x. So here you have a beauty of this question. What is the beauty? Plus 1 or minus 1, definitely plus 1 or minus 1, one of them will be a factor for quadratic for cubic equations, that is for sure. So we have one factor. Now what to do? Use long division method. So let us use long division method. X plus 1 divided by x cube 13x square plus 32x plus 20. So what will you multiply with the x to get x cube? X square. So x into x square is x cube, plus 1 into x square is x square. So subtraction, this will get cancelled. 13 minus 1 is 12x square, right? Plus 32x plus 20. What will you multiply with the x to get 12x square? plus 12x. So 12x into x, 12x square plus 12x. Again changing the sign, this will become 0. 32 minus 12, 20x plus 20. So what will you multiply with the x to get 20x plus 20? So 20x plus 20 minus 0. So now we can write down p of x as x plus 1 into x square plus 12x plus 20, right? Now we will use splitting method. So let us start with the splitting method. For this part we will use splitting method, x square plus 12x plus 20, right? So first step, 1 into 20, a into c. So 20. Second step, factors of 20. So factors of 20 will be 2 into 4, or sorry, 2 into 10 or 4 into 5. Arrange the factors so that you get the middle term. So arrange the factors such a way that their addition or subtraction will give me the middle term. So whose addition or subtraction will give me the middle term? 2 and 10. Addition or subtraction? Addition. So just add. X is there, add x. So now rearrangement, x square plus 10x. Either you write this first or this first, it doesn't make any difference. Your solution will definitely come. Now make the pair of 2. Here x will be common, remaining will be x plus 10. Here if you take out 2 common, x, and here it will be 10. Again from these two pairs you can take out x plus 10 common, remaining will be here x, and the remaining here will be 2. So these are the two factors. So finally p of x, their factors are x plus 1 into this quadratic, its factors are x plus 10, x plus 2. This is the answer, right? So just see, whenever you see cubic questions it will become little lengthier, so be patient, be cool and solve, right? One more thing I would like to tell you, that factorization is very important concept. It is very helpful in all the standards. So please learn factorization very well, refer reference book and practice from there. See you in the next class.